that was my launch pad truly into content creation.
Everybody's moment will look different. People don't resonate with what's perfect. They resonate with what's real.
Hey, done is better than perfect.
What up, fam? We're so excited to have you back with us today for what will be the first in the relaunch of the How It All Works podcast. One of the things that I believe is that if you allow the barriers and friction points that are keeping you from doing what it is you want to do to be successful, you will always regret not having done that thing. And one of the things we want to share here in the How It All Works podcast is that content is part of life. Life is content. And so I'm excited to be here. And we have a co-host now. What up, sis?
Hi.
Y'all know my name is Kirk, but what is your name? Share with us.
Taina Nixon.
Taina Nixon.
Yes.
We're excited to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And listen, we're gonna take this journey together. I'm excited about this. Mm-hmm. As we launch into the podcast, one of the things that we wanted to kind of establish right at the outset, especially for those who are coming in fresh, those who may be meeting us for the first time, is kind of our story. I think that is something that absolutely helps people to sink their teeth in. You know, it's like, oh, okay, because sometimes the impression is that because we're on camera, we have
it all together,
and everything is figured out.
And be further from the truth.
Yes. No. The truth is that we just decided to hit that record button.
Correct.
Like, that's the only reason why we're on camera right now. So I want to start with you. Just to share with us a little bit about your journey. Well, currently, what do you do? And then, some of your journey. But yeah, we'll kind of dance around a little bit.
I think an easier question is, what don't I do?
I like that.
I'm not going to do that.
I like that.
So let's say let's say I'm a coach. And a consultant. I I think that's
good, because consultants are Swiss Army knives.
That's right.
Yeah, consultants are ninjas. Yeah,
that's right.
we get in where we fit.
Digital content creation,
right?
A little strategic planning,
right?
A little public health.
Actually. Okay, public health. Let's go.
Things, yeah,
I like it. And then mom, your husband. I said husband.
Wife.
Mom, wife.
That's right. I've got a 5-year-old and I've got a wonderful husband.
That's right. Shout out to Paul.
Live here in Huntsville. Shout out to Paul.
Yeah.
And then I'm just involved in all the mom things as well. So keep me very, very busy.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I am a content coach, media pastor, husband, father, brother. But we could continue down that rabbit hole. But also a former missionary. Third cultural kid. I mean, I can
exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Born Jamaican right now. We don't have time. We don't have time. But
we'll get into all of it.
But we'll get into all of those pieces. I do think it is critical for context to share that my approach to content was one of, man, there are people out there who actually need to hear or need to learn how to do this way.
Yes.
Because I was doing it the other way too.
Exactly.
And so my approach has always been from the perspective of, if I put the video out, it may help someone.
Right.
And in the process of putting out the videos, I realized that people not only need help doing the video, they need help with content, period, across the board. So that has been kind of the natural expansion of what I do. So, yeah.
Well, that made me think I have a whole different approach.
Please.
And I think it's because I've been a sharer, probably oversharer
listen,
for most of my life.
Shout out to the oversharers. If you're out there, let us know.
I find that oversharers make great content creators.
No, they do.
Because
that is so good.
It's just natural, right?
Yes, that's so true.
Natural.
Yes.
And then what you have to do, and we'll get into all this when we talk about coaching, is then carve out the boundaries.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be oversharing your whole life on the internet.
No. You don't want to overshare on the internet. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, that can be weaponized against you. But
absolutely.
I was blogging when I was 11. I think I had my first blog at 11 or 12.
And see, most people don't even consider blogging content, but it is. It is very much content.
It comes from the standpoint of writing, but it is creating content, because you're not writing it like you're writing an essay or like whatever the case is. You have to write thinking this person is sitting at the time when I started at their computer, now at their phone, at their iPad.
Boom, boom.
You know what I mean?
Think about that context.
Yeah, and it's not the just regular written word. You really want to kind of frame it in a way that makes sense for the context of how they know you.
Exactly.
They know you usually through a lens of, I'm a fashion, creator. I'm a lifestyle creator, whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm intrigued now. I don't want to derail, but I'm intrigued by the origin of being in blogging.
Yeah.
And how that may translate into your captions on Instagram, because that's a struggler for me.
I'm a long
I see that I am a writer, but I've struggled with the long caption.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, if I think of it like a blog, that actually might help.
That's what it is. That's how it's always been for me. So I started like, if other bloggers are out there, y'all remember Blogspot.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Those kinds of spaces. I was a big Tumblr girly. Like, I feel like Tumblr is what really launched me into true content creation. Because Tumblr, then it started mixing the medium. It wasn't just writing, right? Like Tumblr was like, put your videos out, put your photos out, put your GIFs
they definitely
up.
expanded,
you know what I mean? So that's how I think a lot of us started really like expanding. For those of us who were just writers initially, right. And then so I started using pictures that helps to garner attention to your writing. If there's a picture attached to it. So I started putting my pictures on there. Then I connected my Instagram and my Tumblr, and then it just kind of it set the ball rolling from there. But because of that, I never strayed away from the writing. Yeah. And I learned from other writers turned content creators that you just have to train your audience to know. Taina's gonna write it. She's gonna write a long caption.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That's all it is, right?
That's what it is.
At the beginning, I'm gonna put a hook, capture that attention.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I'm usually gonna, because I'm still a writer, I'm usually gonna summarize it. If you didn't want to read the whole thing, you could probably read the hook and the bottom.
Right. You can skip over.
You can give them the cheat code. You give them the cheat code, which is why I say it's not just like regular writing an essay. You got to think about it. This is digital. People are moving. They're reading this on breaks in between their life while they're feeding their kid or whatever. So you kind of have to format it that way. Yeah. And that, I think has been more my approach to content creation. It was just coming from sharing my life. Yeah. And then realizing, like this is useful to people. They actually care about what I have to say.
The idea, the concept, see, that's the shift that a lot of people don't really make is because content is where it is now. Yeah. Right? Because YouTube is what it is. Instagram is what it is. Like, you are not going to see the inception of it and its natural maturation over a course of time. Yes. So people who are entering content now don't get that base understanding to, kind of flex some of these muscles and build toward where you currently are now and how you currently use it. But also, I think something that's really cool here is that you don't also get to see how it's shifting and changing. YouTube made some changes recently. Instagram made some significant changes recently. And people are complaining because for many of them, they came in at a certain thing and they expect it to kind of just be that way. But for those of us who've gone through many iterations of these platforms, we're just kind of like...
Remember when Instagram was just pictures?
Just pictures, and the pictures were a different size than they are currently.
That's right.
So we've
gone through like 3 different changes of sizes and what it looks like on the display. I mean, so yeah, I think for those of us, we are more ready to roll with the punches because it's happened to us so many different times. And so that helps you to grow as a content creator so that you're not like a one-trick pony, essentially. When
did you... or better yet, I'm going to ask it in 2 different ways. On one side, when did you get into video? And then on the other side of it, what has been like something really noteworthy in terms of content that has had impact on someone? So
video. Yeah. I would say probably 2021.
Okay. So
2022
pandemic-ish.
Yeah, because that's when Instagram became my like foremost platform, right?
Yeah.
And then Instagram started pushing video more. Yeah. And even though I still was getting, good engagement from photo content, I was like, man, I don't want to be left behind.
No,
I don't want to be left behind.
I'm so 5,000%.
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. You don't want to be a dinosaur. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, let me start to get into it. So I started small. I started with just trending sounds. Yeah. When people were just doing like lip syncs. Yeah. I was just doing that. And I had a lip sync go like viral. Oh, nice. Like pretty viral. That was like probably my first thing that ever saw like hundreds and thousands of views. Wow. So then I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do video for real. This is a real thing. Yeah, this is kind of a thing.
It wasn't a fad. Like let me just now I realized
okay, I'm gonna have to find trending sounds that make sense for what I want to talk about. Wow. Even if I have to use it a little bit differently than other people are using, I'll put my own spin on it. And that I think is what really got me into video. Nice. Then I kind of got more comfortable just being in front of the video, in front of doing video.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I got into more talking head
comfort level that comes with being on camera,
and then, right? Whatever like that. It kind of expanded from there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. For me, it was a fitness vlog. Oh. I was living in South Africa at the time, and we came home for you come home for home leave once a year. You come home, and when we would come home to the States, that is, we would do all of our doctor's visits. Okay, and in that doctor's visit, the guy was like, "So you're not doing terribly, but if we continue on this trajectory, you're heading for trouble." I was like, "Oh, is this the conversation?" And so when we got back to South Africa, I said to Kanik, "Let's try the Insanity Challenge by Shaun T. Don't try this at home, okay?" But we did it, 60-day challenge, and one of the things I was looking at was, okay, if I'm going to do this challenge for 60 days, I don't do anything for 60 days, so how am I going to make it fun? How am I going to build in accountability? And that's where I started the vlog. Okay. So I did a vlog every day of the 60 days. Okay. Of the Insanity Challenge, and then went on to another challenge called T25. But anyway,
that was literally your first foray into video.
That's my first foray into video. Decided like, boom, let's do this. Yeah, I know. It's wild. Look on your
face. Just reminded me of something.
Talk to me.
I'm lying.
Uh-oh.
I did YouTube for like 60 days.
Okay.
Because I was an avid Snapchat user. I was an avid Snapchat user.
Come on.
Okay, because I legitimately did all the social media. All the way back as far as like Black Planet.
Ooh,
so when
shout
something
out
new would
Black
come
Planet.
out, I would jump on it. Right? That's how I know I'm getting old, because I don't do that anymore.
Something.
High Five?
High Five.
I did High Five too. I did High Five
These
too.
are pre-Facebook.
Yeah. And I was early adopters of these.
Get out of here.
And way too young to be doing them. I was like 12 on Black Planet. Like, why would you be
Black Planet was a black hole. That's a whole problem. Black Planet was a problem.
Yeah. I was always on these, on social media. Priceless. So I was on Snapchat, and I think I had just cut off my hair the first time. As you can see, I stay like this. I do it in cycles. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to grow out my hair, and then this is actually super inconvenient. I'm going to cut it off again. So I think I just cut off my hair the first time, and because I didn't have long hair anymore, I was more interested in like, how do I sort of get my curls to look a certain way and whatever. And I was snapping, because I used to snap everything. Like boom. Yeah, because
that's what
so
Snapchat
fun,
was.
So quick, like whatever.
It was a totally different methodology. It wasn't for long form at all. It wasn't meant to be around forever either.
Exactly. Yeah. It was what our stories are. What Instagram stories. If y'all don't know, they stole that from Snapchat.
Absolutely.
That was Snapchat
all day, every day. Yeah.
So I was on Snapchat talking about my hair, and I loved watching YouTubers, and so I would do my Snapchats talking to my audience like a YouTuber. So I'd be like, so this is the gel. Can you guys see the gel? Do you see
you gotta put the hand. You gotta put the hand.
You have to have the YouTube hand. So my friends on Snapchat were like eating it up. They were like, "This is so funny." They were like, "Yo, you should actually do YouTube."
Oh snap!
So me being the ADHD, like lazy, funny, whatever, I was like, yeah, I can do it, but I'm not gonna make new videos from this. So I just took my Snapchat videos, I downloaded them
and put them
on YouTube.
Get out of here.
And so it was like sort of making fun of YouTubers, but also being a YouTuber
as well. Yeah. Look at that.
For like 60 days, I was a natural YouTube girly.
That is awesome.
And then I was like, hey, this is actually a lot of work. Like, I'm
no. That's exactly where I wanted to land.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Even for my story.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
After those 60 days doing those vlogs, I quit.
Yeah.
100%. I was like, this is way too much work.
Yeah.
You got to set up the camera. You got to put in the SD card. You got to connect the thing. And then when you're done recording, you got to take the thing out. You had to edit. I was like, no, this is a no. Yeah. And so that was a major friction point for me. Was like, it was just way too much work.
Yes.
And I mean, my mind, I was like, so this is why I don't call myself a traditional media professional.
Yeah.
Because there are guys out there that love that stuff. They want it as pure as possible. Mm-hmm. I haven't had an SD card in my camera for years.
Wow.
And these guys are like, oh my God, how could you? How could you? I'm like, bro, it's recording to the hard drive.
Right.
So I can edit it immediately.
Now, yeah.
If I edit it at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I edit it. But anyway,
that's a different type of.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's like a completely different world.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I will say though, that process of doing YouTube for 60 days, for that 60-day challenge, developed a muscle, developed a rhythm. It helped me understand some of the things I liked, some of the things I did not like. It was before I ever thought that this was going to be a big thing. And I'm coming full circle to the second question I asked you by saying this. Man, I absolutely love where we're going and how we're having this conversation. And I absolutely love this podcast format. If you have not subscribed already, we'd encourage you to do so. It helps us with our numbers. It helps us with sponsorships. And lastly, if you have not already, man, you want to join us for the Next Video Done Masterclass. Head on over to kirkarnugent.com to register, and let's get back to the content. Not a lot of people really followed me back then when I did this fitness vlog, but there were a handful of diehard folks who were really bought into me losing the weight and getting healthy. Yeah. And so when I hit my numbers, I did lose 40 pounds off of this whole thing. No, real talk. It was absolutely bananas. Yeah, it was really crazy. Put up the before and after pictures. Yeah. There were people.
Ooh, we love a before and after. The internet loves it. Let me tell you.
It's transformation.
Absolutely. Like, instant transformation that we got to watch happen.
Boom. Come on. Put transformation in your videos. That's another cheat code.
Yeah, you got to get.
But man, no. Put up the before and after pictures, and there was one guy in particular who messaged me privately. This is before DMs were really a thing. Like, he found my email address and sent me an email. So he messaged me privately and was just like, your fitness journey helped me to really get started on mine.
Wow.
And he was way more overweight than I was. Yeah. So he needed that motivator. And so he was like, every day for about 10 of the days I would just watch, but about day 15 or so I actually started to work out. When your video would drop, I would work out, and I was like, that is crazy. And that's what made the connection for me. Was like, wow, content, they're real people with real lives, with idiosyncrasies, quibbles, quirks, imperfect, watching on the other end of that camera. And what I say can have impact. Like, that blew me away. I had never met this guy. Yeah. I don't remember where he lived, somewhere else in the world. He wasn't even in the US. Yeah. And I was just like, that's crazy. Now, it was only one person. Right. We're talking about 60 days of, but one person, and that impact on him. He kept up with me for a little bit, but we kind of fell off. But it sounded like to me he was on his way. Like, that was the thing he needed. Right. And so even when I came back to content years later, pandemic-ish, around that same time frame, I always had that thing in my mind, like, if this video may only help one person. Exactly. But if it helps that one person,
it's monumental. It's
kind of, like, for that person, huge. It's a major shift. And I think that's an approach that people do not take. Yeah. Or that it's not a real realization because, again, people don't get a chance to approach content now with the, maturing with the platforms. We just see the viral moments. Correct. We see the millions of subscribers, and we believe that that's kind of the metric for success. That's right. It's not. Like, the metric for me has always been, there's maybe one person. It could just be one person.
Now you're really making me think. I do know that I have those moments. Yeah. Let me think. I'm gonna go back to like the early. Okay. So the way that I decided to like officially start sharing, because I was always the person like taking pictures after church with my friends and sharing like hashtag Sabbath fashion and like whatever.
I love
that.
Like
so that was always me before I was anything official, right? So I was just doing that for kicks, and then I don't know what it is, something about having a kid. Like once I got pregnant, and I think I started looking at other pregnant women online and like learning from them. And that was I had always learned from natural hair girls, from Christian dating, people who were sharing Christian dating online. Cool. Like I've learned from all those people, right? Like actively sat down with notes and like took notes and applied it to my life.
This is still also gold for people to know. Like that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like people can, I'm telling you. So I know how much the people sharing content on the internet can actually change your life and how useful it can be also in a practical sense, right? So when I was learning from other pregnant women, I was like, man, I kind of want to share my journey, because I wasn't a stay-at-home mom at the time. I was like working. I had just been promoted into sort of like, I guess, a leadership position, my first official leadership position in the workspace.
Right.
And so I was like, I think I want to share what that looks like. And so I think it was after I had my son, maybe 3 months after I had him, and we were getting ready for church. And we were getting ready for his baby dedication.
Oh snap!
And it was extremely chaotic.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
It was extremely chaotic, like trying to get dressed for church, get him dressed for church.
Why we do this? I have no idea.
Oh my God! And then Pastor Snell is like, "Hey, you guys got to be here a little bit before church starts."
Word!
So the pressure is on to like be on time, and like we talked about, I have ADHD, I have time blindness, so being on time already is not my spiritual gift.
Come on!
And now you say I got to be early. I got to be early with this baby.
Mercy with the baby. Come on.
All right. So let's see. July. Yeah. So about 3-4 months after having the baby. And that moment, I was like, this needs to be documented, actually. The chaos of this moment, I don't think that's what made me want to share.
Okay,
I was like,
got you.
I was like, because what people would normally see, what I would normally post is the pictures after having the baby blessing,
the professional
and so
whatever,
that would have been beautiful.
The stage shots.
That's right, us on stage with our families and the baby in his super cute Ralph Lauren outfit. Like that's what I would have shared. I would have tagged like Ralph Lauren and like whatever, right? And I was like, no, this is actually, this right here is probably what people need to see. What other moms need to know is like, we're all scrambling with one leg in our pantyhose, one out, trying to
figure this thing out.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like we're all losing it a little bit. So that was my first official share as like a blogger on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that resonated with so many women.
Wow.
They were in the and I knew that it would, but not at that level, especially not for women who had been moms for years even before me.
Right.
I didn't think it would resonate that much to that degree, and they were sharing it with other people who didn't follow me and didn't know me.
Oh wow.
And so
your
when I first started,
is like exploding.
Exactly. Because when I first started, it was just people who knew me from college,
right,
and grad school and like whatever.
That's your launch pad. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was people from church, but they were sharing it outside of that.
Right.
And then those women were like DMing me and commenting and being like, this is so real and this is what we need on the internet.
Oh, wow.
This is what we need to see, is people being honest about, and the pictures, we still ended up sharing the beautiful pictures and whatever.
Of course.
And that was great, but like it just, I think, help people to know that you don't have to be perfect in order to still have beautiful moments, to enjoy your life, to be grateful for your family, and all of those different things. And that was my launch pad truly into content creation and trying to make an impact.
That's gold.
Yeah.
No, that's gold. And I think everybody's moment will look different.
Right.
My story is what it is. Your story is what it is. But it's in the realization that it doesn't have to be perfect.
That's right.
Like somebody shared this, a coach shared with me when I was first starting out. This is in 2020 when I was really getting really serious about content. People don't resonate with what's perfect. They resonate with what's real. Right. So one of the things that I always do in my content, I have this BTS shot. It's like that shot right there. Right. So, and it shows the chaos,
right.
which you guys can't see right now,
right.
which is all of the monstrosity that is the table. And it shows that, and people whenever I show that shot, people are like, oh, your wire management is like mine, non-existent. And it's like, okay, yeah, I love this. But then, I try to keep it in that corner.
Right.
And then I'm basically just sharing with folks like, you just turn the camera around. Like when you see people frame things up, that's all that you can see. And
they are doing it very intentionally.
Very intentionally. In fact, I'm at a point now where I will set up a shot, and then I'll set up another shot just behind that shot, just so I have something to cut back to.
Right.
Because people want to be able to see. So like this is the perfect shot, the framed up shot. Everything is, and then this is the shot where the wires are everywhere.
Yes.
I'm holding the light up with a stick or something like it's just showcasing the realness allows people to plug back in.
Yes.
Because people, again, don't resonate with what's perfect, right? And they don't come to content. They don't come to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube for Hulu or Netflix or Hollywood.
That's right.
Because they expect that to be perfect. Right. They expect that to be wildly edited. We're living in an age right now where content, the bar for entry for content is so low. Like I have a coaching client right now that records his videos on his phone with the front-facing camera sitting in his car. His videos are doing well.
I was just doing that on the way here. I was vlogging with my phone, front-facing camera.
There you go.
On my way here. Like that I think was...
I love that. I love that shift. Go ahead.
I think that was the thing that unlocked it for me was just like, hey, done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. I
get it done.
I love that. And my version of that statement is done for now. Right?
Okay.
Done for now.
Okay.
Right? This is my done for now. So I'm a certified Scrum Master, right? This is a whole nother life. And it's a methodology of continuous improvement. But it's for programmers, and anyway, it's a whole nother. But the whole idea is we're not trying to get to perfect with the sprints and all the things that work into it. You're trying to get to done for now.
Okay.
Like once you're done for now, we can celebrate, we can take a breath, and then we can go back to the work.
Right.
Of getting to the next iteration of done for now. Exactly. Done is better than perfect. Get that thing out there.
Yeah.
And for somebody that's listening or watching, you probably have your own version of friction or something that was stopping you, something that was your barrier. And on this podcast, we're going to hold space for you to be able to share those things and for us to be able to kind of work it out together.
Yeah.
I just believe there is a way for us to leverage video naturally. You're going to get tired of me saying this because this is my theme. You can speak video in your native tongue, right? You can do video in a way that doesn't feel like you're putting on somebody else's expertise, somebody else's mantle, somebody else's armor. You can do video in a way that works for you. And it's just a matter of finding what that workflow is. At the end of the day, content isn't so putting the video out of your family, of the chaos behind that thing, the video or the content of the family was not the point. The point was to show people that this is what real life looks like. This is what a mom has to deal with. Right. And it's that level of impact, and it's you holding that space that you're after. And what I say to folks is, don't allow the barriers or the self-imposed requirements that we make of content hold you back from getting to the actual point. Because the point isn't the video.
Right.
The point isn't the audiogram. It's not the reel. It's not the short. It's not the story. The point is the people you will impact on the other end of that.
Right.
And I think that's really what we want to make sure that you're able to do. Man, this was good.
Yeah.
To get started. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do in the next one because now I'm like,
that's all we had for you. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely,
you'll never see us again. Just kidding.
But man, no, listen, this is gonna be awesome. We hope that you come back for the next episode of the podcast. We're gonna continue on the same theme, but we're also gonna be looking at motivators. We're gonna be looking at your why. You gotta have a rock solid why.
That's what I was gonna say. As you were talking about what the point was,
right?
I was like, you kind of have to know your purpose first. Like, why are you showing up here?
Absolutely.
And then that'll be like, okay, well then what's the point of this piece of content?
Yeah.
And how does that tie back to that purpose?
Yeah. And I want to say this as well as we land, we're going to be talking about different motivators in these next few episodes of the podcast. But we will be giving you tangible advice, stuff that you can walk away with, stuff that you can use, stuff that you can ask, questions you can ask yourself to gain clarity. Because most of the times, I don't know what your experience has been in coaching, but every time I'm in coaching and I ask, what's your why? That's not the one. We got to go a couple of sessions and several levels deeper to be able to get to what that real why is. And that why is okay. Right. So we're excited about this, excited for the journey that we're going to go on. And we hope that you come on back. This is the How It All Works podcast with your host, Taina Nixon and Kirk Nugent.
See you next time.